Oh, please, you doing? I know you had a problem. No, kitty, not you. Go away. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out if it's actually working now. It seems to be. Ah, lovely. Lovely indeed. Which means if I'm now going here and here, this should now work. It's loading and it's showing me something, which means, technically speaking, yeah, we should actually be live, shouldn't we? It was a lot harder than I anticipated. Well, good start, I'd say. Good start to a new week. Ah well, why make it easy when it can be difficult? Now then, let me quickly fix everything up, and then we can actually do something. For once. Like, you know, play games. Do I want to... Well, I know myself well enough. I'm probably going to come to this sit one anyway, so... Well, yeah, it should do it for the moment. Now, you go away, you go here, and as soon as the kitty has calmed down, stopped throwing herself on the ground while staring at me creepily, we shall be good to go. For fuck's sake, kitty! I said a word. You do that one more time. One more time, kitty. Don't mind me, we just have a bit of a dispute here going on. Well, since it won't just let you sit there with nothing, I will actually give you a game. Now don't ask me how I arrived at the conclusion that we're gonna play this. I didn't. I had no idea what I wanted to play, then time got later, and then I was busy chatting with somebody because, you know, work-related stuff, and then I was like, my cursor landed on this one. I have played this bloody game quite a few times. I don't think I ever finished it though. It's fun for a while, and it gets boring. It's not a bad game, but I never finished it. Well. Oh yeah, I also have done quite literally nothing in the way of character creation. I just picked Inquisitor because it sounds cool and was like, whoop, here, gone. As if I could bother to remember how to play this game. It's not my style. Really not. In fact, I don't even...
Like I knew it would.
Well, that sounds good.
A single drop of source magic.
Gives you one hell of a creepy look.
Like
maybe no drugs, eh?
The monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me.
Well, yeah, you seem to be quite the obvious culprit. That doesn't sound good.
I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy.
But an ironic name, isn't it? Fort Joy. What a joy to be here. Oh boy. Bit heavy on you.
I'd come here to kill Godwoken.
You came there to kill what?
Instead, I became part of their story.
Yay! I have started this bloody game so bloody often at this point I don't even... I remember that beginning part on the ship rather well. Now see, this is totally okay. This is Malarian where it should be. And not trying and claiming to be a fucking Baldur's Gate.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough.
Well, that sounds promising. Yay, to ship.
Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
I'll see what I can do. For the moment. Could you? Yeah. Thank you very much. Freeing me would be a very nice thing to do. Now then. I know I have the very...
It wasn't a dream after all.
Don't even know what you're talking about. I, for the moment, need to actually remember how to actually play the game. Ah, okay, that's combat. And how is... yeah. Alas, Puzzle. Better that you weren't acquainted. Right, I kind of forgot that game had a bit of a sense of humor.
I don't even remember them strapping me down.
As much humor as my bloody neighbor has for deciding that apparently the early evening hours are an ideal time to start drilling. A bucket, you say? Why yes, very impressive. I feel very much protected. Now that we have once again cleared that this game does like to go for fun. What else is there? Apart from buckets, I mean. Oh, yeah, quite literally nothing. I'm not going to go upstairs. Bloody bitch is waiting for me upstairs. I don't like that. I like being downstairs. It sounds safe and sound.
Animals die. Freight or food?
Depends. I suppose.
Did you expect a needle?
Yes. Somewhat, yes. I think everybody. Everybody who looks at something that is.
Fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Oh, sheep. Well, I will admit. You humored me, sheep. Your life shall be spared as such. Right, I kind of forgot you can't quite literally open up pretty much everything and look inside. That's one of the reasons why... Everything in this game seems to take so bloody long. Firm note written by firm hand. Oh, take the letter. Yeah, just telekinetically get that one. Oh, right, there's also a whole building system, isn't there? Oh shit, there's... And I always forget that you can actually pick those up. No, no, thank you. Thank you very much. A pocket knife. A pocket knife. I have been armed to the teeth, quite literally. Can you just, you know... I would say that is going to take a while. Far while longer than I'm willing to wait. But I'm back to the sheep. Can I attack you? I think it's a very important question that should be answered, because I don't remember if I can. Can I? Yes, I can. Ouch. Ouch. Sheep is attacking me back. What can I do? Bloodsucker. Consumes blood surfaces around him. Oh, that's pretty neat. Use one of giant mosquitoes to suck the blood from your enemies, healing myself. And better, well, heal thyself. Then we're just going to create more blood so that we can heal ourselves with it. That's also a very good way to do combat tutorial in a way. Well, not enough HP. Sucker punch. Then executed. Well, that's one way to say it. Raw mutton. I'll take that. That's mine. Also the bloodsucker ability. It's feels kinda evil. Don't remember ever playing with a Inquisitor. Also, you know, I didn't really play around with it, so I kinda ended up with apparently basic. Apparently by its very basic, it's somewhat good at necromancy. Which I find rather interesting. Can I? Take this away. Put this all the way back there because we don't have something yet. Healing potion can come here. Sucker punch, pretty sweet, that one. Dome of protection. Doesn't sound like something I would use more of. Blood sugar, de-spattering ram. And me sucker punch. All I have is sucker punch. I mean, I can do one. Are you sure you want to leave it? Yeah, sure. Why not? What does my little tutorial say? My journal say. That's still technically part of the tutorial, isn't it? So, kind of a weird phrasing to say, like, do you want to leave the tutorial deck? Isn't this whole ship, technically speaking, my tutorial? What's under the collar? Need someone to help you move your source color. Good. Troubled waters. Get your bearings, then go to the upper deck. As sorcerers, we have been arrested by the Divine Order. The prisoner under the Fort Joy awaits.
Knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
I don't know, you don't sound nice. Oops, wrong button. Before I talk to you, no, not combat mode. Let me see if there's anything here. Small tome. Another bucket. But still, that thing weighs 1,000. Well, the journalist gun at least has a worth of 60, but I know, you know, I can quite clearly tell you, I never finished this game. I probably will never finish this game. I will play it for a while, and I will get bored. And by the time I'm like, could probably go for it again, I will start a new game.
Empty.
That's kind of sad. So, you know, I'm not really going to collect every bloody thing I can, because there's quite literally no reason for that. Gold cup, though. Doesn't weigh much, and it's worth money. I like that combination very much. Honestly,
You're
dome.
looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work.
Did the murderer
If I do
take
say
him
so
into this
myself.
room? Or was he already?
There you are.
Yes,
Not too
there I
tight,
am.
I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Did you just call me a dog to my face even? That's not a nice thing.
Meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
Well,
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Noble. Not a trap, you'd like to bath and dine. Territory for the servants.
Oh dear, I'm afraid you're a long way from home, milady.
Come
Long
on,
way
you
from
have
the
to try.
things that make a footman come a-running.
Well, that's bad.
Beck's fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
Thanks, narrator.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely.
Well, great.
Eventually.
Great.
In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out from my little diary. It's... Oh, wait, cutie. Bloody fuck's sake. What's wrong with you today?
A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For
I'm assuming that the end... Does that include me dying? I kind of feel like it does.
Why,
Oh, excuse me.
peace of
Oh.
mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens.
Well, since I technically don't even know what that thing actually does in particular, no.
Do go on. I won't hold it against you.
Nope, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna play with you. You're obviously a taunting little asshole.
My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all. Though it does look
I
darling
get the
on you.
distinct need to poke you with my little pocket knife.
So
Bitch.
let's just leave it on, shall we? Because to answer your question, what this collar does is this. It makes you unable to cast Source.
Fascinating. Let me just look at your inventory. You have... Well, you have nothing of interest to me.
peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
You know, if it starts like this, it's really going to be the case of Magisters all along will probably be quite hated by me. Shush me, dude. Can no longer use yours, Magisters, use yours points. Take your leave. Where's my quick save button? Congratulations! I just have to try this. Are you looking for a fight? What do you think? What do you think, my little one? I noticed you got a few scraps and crashes. Causing trouble. Look at the blood around. Look at her bleeding. She's like, I noticed you got a few scraps and scratches. Causing trouble in the area, are you? I don't know anything about it, I swear. It's okay, a feather hanging from its mouth. Memory, wits? Yeah, sure, let's go by memory. Fuck. But I have a better idea. You can't escape justice. Oh, now you want to fight me, eh? Now you want to be bitch about it. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Don't do that. I have my pocket knife. I will use my pocket knife to do horrible things to you. Now then. More bleeding, because bleeding sounds like something I would very much like to have. I mean, I can attack you. Yeah? You're feeling better about yourself? Ouch. Stop that, evil woman. Now we still have the bloodsucker. But it's very good, because that actually allows me to absorb a bit of the blood around. Then we can give you a sucker punch. Nice. And of course, bit of a stabby stab. Ah, nice. Oh, I'm feeling satisfied. And now for the big question. No? Yeah. Got it. Now that I'm feeling a bit bitter about myself in general. Oops, wrong button. But come on, this very nice female person. And I totally did not want to call her a bitch right then and there. She kinda deserved it.
There's been a murder here.
I don't say. I don't say.
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
But still she sees no problem in trading with me.
Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Well, if you can't make out a face, that's actually bad. Well, let's take a look then and ask what the heck happened. You don't say!
Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them.
There's blood and gore everywhere. And somebody asks you what's happened, and your answer says, there's been a murder. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I figured that one out. It was my question of, do you know anything about said murder?
Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
Yeah, always. An occurrence of a certain probability around here.
Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man.
I don't know.
Small ones this time, thank the gods.
As if I would remember anything about it. I don't even remember shit about it. Actually, remember there was a first game to this one.
One way or another.
I played that too. Doesn't help. If you say so. Don't worry, I'm just testing your, you know. You wouldn't. Who told you you could touch that? Well, just thought.
Sight, isn't it?
Reasonably okayish. I've seen worse.
Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
inform her that she wasn't this man's protector. She was his captor.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source.
It's kind of like the mages in, or some of the mages in Dragon Age, you know? I'm like, hey, you're born with this. What's the point in looking at it like a curse? That isn't gonna help. That's not going to make anything better. Accept it for what it is and make use of it.
We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
Yeah, I did never ever commit any sort of murder, nor violence, or assault, or anything like this. Believe me, I loaded my game.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
Well, great.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
That's not because I was asleep, because I was knocked out. You know, drugs. Lots of them, actually.
You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship.
Oh, nice.
Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
You'd be surprised what sort of capabilities I actually have. I have just a pocket knife, mind you. Well, well, that's a trick you haven't quite mastered. I have not yet mastered that art. Wink, wink.
I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform.
Oh, how surprising that would be now, wouldn't it be?
Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Yeah, well, my price is considerably higher than just a gold coin.
Not in here, it isn't. You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
Yeah, that'd be dangerous to me. If I snitch... Who's to say that they are not, you know, going to murder me next? Broken Sun's corner.
Kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Don't mind me, I'm just running around. This leads up, doesn't it? Where actually is up and what is up? Questions, questions, useless. Well, if you're an item
I'll need to find another
in the
way.
game, the only descriptor you get is useless. You played it live. Pretty damn hard even. Oh, a bedroll. Goddammit, I'm gonna get sidetracked. This is part of the reason why I never ever finish this game, or will most likely finish this game, because I'm going to get sidetracked by every little thing like, ooh, look at this. It could be useful.
You are Jill, aren't you?
Tiny pony world children.
You know Losa? She's a really good singer. I'm better though. Listen. La 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 la.
Great.
You're a human, like me. That means we're friends already.
Does it?
My mum told me not to make friends with lizards and elves and dwarves and stuff. But I think they're okay.
What about undead? I could have been an undead, you know? Yeah, just gonna point it out.
Wow! You look cool. I like your hair. I like your eyes. I like your colour. I have one too.
Fascinating, isn't it? I would... Well, how about you first?
The Divine Order wants to know.
Bye-bye then.
Fast. Name?
Don't have one.
Here on my list. Scram, eh? We're trying to catch a killer here.
You people really like to be...
You are. Wife.
I'm your wife?
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Well, I guess I'm gonna play along. Seems like a nice way to
How
brighten the mood.
very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else.
Well, if you say so, dear, that's,
What's so funny?
nothing.
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Great.
Keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Well, to be fair, I don't think there's much entertainment here, and the Magisters seem to be a very dour bunch, generally speaking. At least when they're not assholes, outright. So yeah. Well, handshake here. You know, social distancing and all of that. Be damned. That's what games are for. Escapism.
You presume right.
Nice. Oh, you know anything about that murder?
Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Good point you're making there. Well,
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We
Shit.
play ball every day after lunch.
damn it, this is like prison all over again. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants me in that gang.
You take
Well, guess I'm gonna form my own gang then. Screw you.
Her eyes cloud to an unnatural black.
Hmm.
Grayish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Well, great, we've got ourselves a crazy.
Good luck, Chief.
Oh, thanks. I mean, she seems to be friendly enough. Oops. Why do I always... Oh, yeah, well, I know why. Another bloody freaking game has me a bit confused, so I'm constantly pushing the nice little tab button to highlight items. Which in this game doesn't work. That makes me drop my weapon. Shibil, what the fuck are you doing?
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot,
Not dark.
lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
That's very much more dramatic than it needs to be. She's just rolling some dice while sitting under a bloody freaking lantern.
Snake eyes.
Okay.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
Oh, sure. Can I join you?
She shakes her head.
Well, shit.
Game for one, I'm afraid.
It's dices. That's never a game for one, bitch.
Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
That would make me frown, absolutely. So, whose fate is she deciding?
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
I wasn't thinking so. Haven't really met yet, so...
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
You're trying to be coy, eh?
Never say never, though.
So, you can also, you know, do the whole co-entrails future thing.
You quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it.
Oh, right, actually, isn't this? Yes, this is actually the universe where elves can eat body parts to read people. Don't ask me what. Since I already had a very negative impression of the knife-eared populace. Anyway, it has not really changed, but it was like, yeah, can totally see them being somewhat flesh-eating.
I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Well, I guess.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
Oh, nice.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone.
Did I?
You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
Well, you're talking about the Smexy times, yeah? Oh, sure.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep.
You're trying to make a joke.
But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me.
It's not much of a secret that people like to reminisce about, you know, more pleasurable times, especially when times are hard.
I don't lick and tell.
Funny. Well, that one has a, a humorous sword. I can see a key. And nobody is bothered by that. I'm just going to take that. More patrols. Nothing here, nothing here. Yeah, we already talked with you. You were quite unhappy. Thing. An elf. Oh, no. You look like an elf. Beer. Even more beer. Give me all your beer. And we have found ourselves some beer. Consume that. Ah, I'm feeling better about myself, and I think I have fallen asleep. What? Come on, 1 mug of beer and 1 bottle of beer and you're out cold?
Well,
Jesus, I mean,
there has been a murder, Your Majesty.
I do know
A
some
broad dwarf
women
sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed,
are a
palms
bit
facing
more of a
west.
lightweight, but
His beard is a
Jesus.
cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions.
Nice.
He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, kiddo. You hear that?
What am I supposed to be hearing?
Ship, of course.
Okay, let's listen to the
A
ship.
wave of sound washes over
Mm-hmm.
you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash, and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
Hmm.
And
Ship is moaning like a sick man.
sick as a leper's cat.
No, that was right.
State of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums.
Yeah, and they loved her the wrong way, don't they?
But there's more. Listen close.
Sure.
There now, just like that.
Huh?
Squeak!
What the frick?
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back, the other catches you before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news.
So, what's it supposed to be?
It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot?
Mhm.
It's whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east.
Aha.
On my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
What is that supposed to help me with? Well, oh, you have pretty damn nice beard there.
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh?
I do.
You'll go far, mate, even here.
Sure as hell will. So, good old-fashioned kissing is probably going to get me far. So, why are you so excited about that fort?
Yeah, no indeed, kiddo. But that ain't my final destination.
I'm sure I'd have many prisoners before you already.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank ye kindly, kiddo.
Oh, well, if you have an escape plan,
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
well, great. Just ignoring me.
You one of them? A divine order loyal? They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
I wasn't planning to. Actually, have I found? No, I don't think I have actually any armor. Let me guess, I can just... Yeah. Would have been fun if I could just, unequip that and go like... "Rup."
Do you? Well, perhaps you're absolutely right.
You're level 5. And they are level 1. I can see something horrible in your near future, my friends. The colored ones are stronger than you.
I know it.
First things first, more beer for me, because, well, why not?
Well, well. What have we here?
Indeed.
A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
Well, great, I'm getting seized up by a fucking lizard.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
The nerve.
My, we are fierce, aren't we? Not to worry. I'll soon remedy that.
Ah, oh boy, do you know what happened to the last person who annoyed me on this ship? Do I need to introduce you to the nice little ways of quick saving and quick loading, my friend?
Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
I'm not a cook.
Goodness, no. And don't even mention the demon's testes that are turnips.
That's debatable.
On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
Well, you know, cool summers.
I can tell from your vagabond chic, a bag is as good as a shirt kind of style. I shouldn't be getting my hopes up.
You're not dressed any better, you bloody asshole.
On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
Well, you do have... I do take care of myself, you know.
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start.
You're a bit of an
3
asshole.
questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we?
Sure.
As per your own testimony, you can groom, but you have the taste buds of a dung beetle and the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit.
That monkey in a clown suit was a very good idea, I will have you know. It was funny as hell.
That won't do at all, see? I'm sad to say I must deny you the opportunity to be my slave. Ever so sorry.
Well, I do have half a mind to punch you in the face, you know.
You'll probably come to terms with the fact that you've half a mind, full stop. You'll never attain the rank of slave with manners such as that.
Oh, believe me.
Still, hone your skills, and one day you may just qualify for a position in a lesser... I'm trying to concentrate.
Where was that button again? Now then.
We're like cattle to them.
Where were we? That's not going to do much now, is it?
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right? I always knew you'd turn rotten Ben Mist.
Oh shit. Hardly everybody is getting it. He's attacking everything. That's interesting. It's very interesting, I will say. Well, shit, he's got an assistant. Well, that's a problem. He has a freaking grenade. Where the frick do you keep that? You're supposed to be a freaking prisoner, aren't you? He doesn't care. He just has a grenade on himself and he's like, bruh, that's just how stuff is. Why? Do you even want to know why or why not? Oh, she is fun. And, well, everybody has fun. It's actually kind of nice how basically as soon as the nonsense started, everybody's attacking everything. It's kind of interesting, I will admit. I mean, I will kind of point out that we have a bit of a problem and that we're probably not even going to get a new next turn or something horrible happens. Okay, I can move pretty much nowhere. Right. Now then, I'm going to take that from you. There's definitely not that much blood around, so, you know, I'm gonna sucker pinch you now. Well, and since we quite literally have nothing else to do, I'm going to take that, and then we're going to see how this madness turns out from there. I mean, he's down. He needs to get up first, which is good. Takes him a turn. It means they do have an interesting system. They just, well, at least for me personally, they overdid it quite a bit much with all the freaking effects they have. Burning to smoke and water to electrify and oh bloody hell, there's such nonsense around, like you wouldn't believe it. Backstab critical. Apparently not very efficient though. Ifan Ben Mist. Oh, the beast is healing him. Yeah, attack everybody else, just not me. Just let me sit there peacefully and murder the fucking red one. Oh. I think we did good. We did pretty damn good. Ouch. I got chilled. Why did you chill me, you bitch? Yeah, it's not very nice of you. Oh, don't worry, I will load sooner or later. I just find this right now quite amusing. Ignition! Well, some people have started burning to death. They saw a sound. And he's almost dead. If he can't heal, the image is the victor. No, he thinks attacking is more important. It's my turn.
I need aid.
Ah. Now I'm feeling better about myself. Now then. Now that I'm feeling calm.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
We shall go back.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
Oh, the lizards seem to have their, well, not very much developed nose up very high.
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Yaddy-daddy-da.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub story somewhere.
I wasn't going to tell you any sub-stories, I was about to insult you.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
You're not gonna get me involved in some nonsense, are you?
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Ah, can't be that bad.
Rolling his eyes at the magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
Suit yourself. Was just going to adjust your collar for you. It pinches, right?
Hawking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Any, reason why he thinks you're a friggin' murderer?
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing.
Well, no, he has said a lot. Just
Ifan
didn't
grins,
use his
flashing
mouth to do it.
pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Yeah, now that type. So, how the hell did this come about?
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
So, did you murder?
No.
Well, shit.
Dead man. Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He
Well, good
glances
point.
over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
So, any news about that for Joy? Sounds like a Joy's place.
Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Well, sure, if we can meet him, I'm going to tell him a few things about his divine order. They're a bunch of assholes.
Easy now. I might think the same. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like
As if I would care about that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
My name is...
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name.
Refuse.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back.
I'll find out. I always do. Now away with you. What?
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
So many people that really make me want to murder them. Then again, I don't want to save and reload all the time, you know. It seems valuable. Also, you don't mind me opening. Yeah, bloody hell. Game. Another journal. Mug of wine, another pocket knife. Potatoes. I do like myself some good potatoes. Potatoes are quite nice. Let's not think about potatoes too much. Could get actually hungry. Garlic. Garlic too. Garlic is pretty nice. Long ago, I was a very conservative pizza fan. Until I discovered garlic, and after that, well, all hell break loose, and I've tried pretty much everything on my pizza by this point. Quite enjoyable. It opened my eyes. Like curling potions, you say? I'll take that. Could you not pick up a whole wash? I mean, respect for your bodily strength, but I learned a few new recipes. Yes. So far, so good.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can I talk? No, Source Talk is like, don't care.
Like I said, you aren't.
I don't care if I'm on the list. I don't even care what list. I'm on every list I wanna be. Screw you.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail.
You see something you like or something?
He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin, gently tugging at it.
You know, somebody would call this sexual harassment.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I know. Very fascinating, that whole area.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Well, let's ruffle his hair with a grin.
What purpose did that serve? Was that a greeting? Was it... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How difficult. You have my apologies, human. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once.
Yeah, I know that feeling. They really are on the list, aren't they? You're bemused. Who's this guy?
Ah, yes. The niceties.
Indeed.
My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... Well, I am a seeker of knowledge. That is enough. It
Sure.
is pleasurable to meet you.
Sure, what exactly sort of knowledge? Because, you know, there's lots of it in the world.
Is there? Wherever do you keep it?
Mostly in books.
Certainly not in your books.
Oh.
I've been reading this one for several minutes, and I have yet to find a single insight into the mysteries of the universe.
Well, yeah, not every bloody book is... Well, okay.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle.
Well, I guess some horribleness can come
Tell
along.
me, what do you know of our world's history?
Cuban, the history of Rivellon is the history of Divine Order. Talk about Lucian Divine and his son Alexander.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already.
Good point.
No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before.
Well, mostly because the gods pretty much sit at the beginning, don't they?
Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Well, I mean, you know, yeah. Well, that's not why even do you bother.
The elf's face freezes for just a second before he waves his hand dismissively.
Oh, it's just one of my idle curiosities. We mortals do like to consider these things, do we not?
You sound like a robot trying to be a human. Just that you're probably not a robot now, are you? Oh boy, I remember you. You're an undead. Let me just take that away from you. That surprise.
Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Oh, am I so curious about the gods?
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off it.
Elf has decided that I'm boring. Oh?
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger.
Well, good.
You faring okay so far?
Well, would you be fine, you know? Like a dog.
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason.
So you say, I don't know what reason I have.
Williams will get you sorted fast.
I've seen more advertising things coming from plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make. Your
Keep
Majesty.
those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
Yeah, that sounds very nice.
You seem on edge,
I've
officer.
never dined on anything
What on
else
earth is the
after
matter?
dinner, and I don't intend to do away
Requisition. Requisition. And...
All about it.
There has been a murder,
Do you?
Your Majesty.
Well, perhaps you're
That has the
absolutely
Magister's
right.
more concern.
That's one way of saying it.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly
Don't mind me, I'm just, you know... so many nice things here. I would very much like to get myself some of these nice things. They seem very, very much edible. Ham, you say? A few bottled wine, a bit of pumpkin soup. Not my personal favorite, but wouldn't mind.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella.
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
Oh, hello there.
There are others whose lives must end.
Talking about me. Well, try me, bitch.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
Well, first I need to know what do you mean.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
Well, shit, I would like to do that too. Can you teach me that trick?
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
I will do just that.
Precisely.
Well... Windigo, use Source Blast! Ah, that's one way to ruin the ship. You know I wanted to plunder this stuff.
What's happened?
Even I don't know. Where's my alcohol? I need something. Better. A lot better. You know, this would precisely be my reaction if you ever put me in that sort of situation. Makeshift club, improvise to wand, chef. Friend skill, all in. I really enjoy that map. So, I will admit they do have a quite nice sense of humor going on. Stained shirt. I mean, it has some more... armor, I suppose, than what I have. And how does it look for the rest of the ship? Oh, dead bodies! Nice of you to leave those behind. Very nice indeed. Ah, great. Now think about it, I shouldn't even have bothered trying to take my revenge. And I... pretty damn. Hardly worth it, eh? Oh, you're getting wet. Yeah, Rooney. Well, you wouldn't mind me taking some of your stuff now, would you? I mean, you had any stuff, that is. Which, for some bloody reason, you apparently have decided that you do not have. No. I don't think we have much in the way of actually good weapons still. Okay, I've got something. Well, I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. She murdered the sheep, didn't she? Hmm. You can say a lot, but she is efficient at what she's doing. I can admire that. Stained pants. Well now, only so much left until I'm finally full set. My common metal. I can no longer hinder silvers. Actually, I'll take the poetry rook. Maybe I'm feeling like reading some poetry later on. That ancient book you had there. I'll take that with me. Also. You're alive, aren't you?
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
My, you don't say.
The Magister lies on...
It would be a shame if people were to completely ignore her and she would, you know, bleed to death, eh? My, oh my, oh my. Wouldn't that be a shame? I've seen nothing. I have heard nothing. And quite honestly... Yeah, you know what, take the jawless skull with us. Now then, can I actually do something with our dead people here?
The woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them.
Wakey, wakey, bitch! Yeah, it's not an answer. Bloody get your ass up. Probably going to die otherwise. Why are you not empty? According to this. You are empty. Game is just like, no, I'm not going to give you even the satisfaction of showing you.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor. His great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead.
Well, you have a heartbeat?
You hear a faint thud, thud, thud.
He's alive.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor.
You alright? Well, that's not much of an answer.
The dwarf lies in a heap.
Guess I'm gonna have to leave you be.
What? What happened? Must have been the turnips.
Slap him.
You dare strike a royal? Ooh.
The lizard's eyes close as he sleeps.
Oh shit.
You shake the lizard by the shoulders, but you...
Come on, I just gave him a nice little slap in the face.
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his showy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if his eyes flicker open, but he doesn't. Loose him. Ifan cries out, then his eyes fall.
Ah, bloody hell. Everybody of you lose this, but you know. Oh shit. I will, however, point out if you were to drown. Actually, there's one more, isn't there?
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Nope. Get up.
Her hand lies limp in yours.
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for...
The elf lies
Everybody is such a downer suddenly. I mean, in the true sense of the word, they're not even getting up. Bloody bastards.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find...
And yeah, I kinda figured it. Well then I guess it's up to me to be the heroic one who saves themselves. That storm doesn't look good. Oh, we are up. Yo, Doggo. There's a mug of beer here. It's not my mug of beer. You have some gold.
Damn, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Nice. We are doing some serious damage to that door. Bam. Whatever you have in here, it is mine now. A journal. Always nice to have something to read, especially if it's the private documents of somebody else. A hatchet. Hatches. Well, not even as good. Gotta take it anyway.
Gods, by divine grace, who was that howling?
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Another sorcerer.
Motion. What's going on here? What has he seen?
Like you don't know. Mutiny. Did that witch fix your collar too?
Exchange persuasion or intelligence. You stand down.
Your lies end.
Can you reach me actually? Well, almost. That was impressive. Jump. Leading block with physical armor. Well, shit. Come at me, bitch. I'm gonna do something horrible to you. Ouch. Ouch. He starts making some, you know, attack that deals damage. Costs 3 though. Can I still use Bloodsucker after that? Yeah, I probably can. Don't underestimate my ability to heal, you bloody washed yet. Boom. Murdered him. No, not mosquito swarm. I want bloodsucker. Yep. I'm all better now. Why can't I take your sword? It's such a typical game logic kind of thing, isn't it? I can see that he has a big sword on his back there, you know. Not some blind idiot. Ah, paintings, I remember that. Can quite literally take everything.
Bishop Alexander. If Lucian were alive, what would he think of his son's divine order?
Prepare to pick you up. Are you worth anything? You're not. You're just a heavy piece of shite, quite literally.
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
Let me say, Joa, not a good idea to resist me. I have, well, a club, basically. A club that has proven very much useful. Gold cup. So there's this. Come on, game.
Gods damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick.
I'm not an idiot. Well, not a complete idiot, that is. Even I can figure out that a barrel full of water is probably just the right thing if you need to deal with fire. And now I'm wet. A big piece of wood. And apparently there's a difference between that and my thing. I couldn't tell you what exactly the difference is, but there is one.
Before this thing snaps into splinters.
Yeah, don't care. We're going to plunder every last thing that is here. I mean, come on. Come on. What What else were you thinking I'd do?
Great gods, something's pounding on the hull.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You don't recognize the symbol. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The colour drains from your hand, and you are left. It doesn't budge.
Yeah. That's not very nice. Can't just put it in front of me going on like rumble wumbo, this is all very rumble wumbo, and then going like, yeah. Not even going to open that door for you. It's saddening. Well, doggy, you're just going to stand here and do quite literally nothing. Okay, dog. It is your decision. It is your decision. Ah, skull marked key, you say.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead.
Well, great.
The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree?
Well, we do.
It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
Well, I do apologize, but you know, carrying around bloody freaking stone tables everywhere would be a pain in the ass too.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
By the way, hello there again.
It's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
Well, shouldn't you be doing the same, you know?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given.
Why are you trying to be such an asshole about it?
Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me.
I mean, you're still going to sit at the, you know, the ground, below the waves, ocean floor. It's not a comfortable place to be in, wouldn't it be?
No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore.
Question, do you know where the fucking shore is?
Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
Well, you know, I kind of stand out. Just gonna clarify this.
I believe you did. Although I was wearing the face of an elf at the time.
You did.
I had a mask rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form.
Oh, very nice, eh?
A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands.
Well, actually, that seems sensible.
Indeed. Just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day. It seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
Yeah. He's making quite a few assumptions there, including the fact, now if the dwarf was right, we were like, what, 10 nautical miles away from Fort Joy, which should probably be next land. But 10 nautical miles, that's a distance. Even if he knows that it's 10 miles, he doesn't know which direction exactly is north, east, south or west, so even if he had a map, that skeleton is fogged. Quite literally.
The moment you touch the door, the door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Yeah, that looks bad. I don't know what it is, but it looks bad.
I need to get out of here now.
Yeah, fuck. What a nice and fitting thing that is. Good part of a sword. Now then, what is deck 4, Cat? Why is it there? I think that is a question we need to ask here. Including, unlimited to the simple fact of, why? Bing! Oh, right, you can actually play this in multiplayer. I have never ever played this in multiplayer, now that I think about it. That's kind of saddening. I should totally do this. Well, great. Poison surfaces. Noted poison surfaces have been created in your vicinity. You can burn it with fire or wait until enemies are inside to blow it up. Understood. I have nothing to blow that up, do I? I sure as hell do not have anything to blow that up. Why are you running around? Use your mosquito swarm. They are far enough away. Also, I kind of forgot, but that thing holding your ship looks kind of impressive, doesn't it? Can you actually reach me? Nah, you cannot. Yeah, it actually poisoned itself. Pretty damn idiotic. Screw you, bitch. Well, that's a bit far away. That's a bit far away. Screw you! Boom. He's still away. And we still have 2 more points. Boom. Why did I walk back? I don't even know. But I'm gonna take it. Also gonna take the fact that I'm getting more action points out of that. A vicious voidling. A Magister Knight who had a fireball scroll. Ah, I see. So one other option would have been to actually use that to burn away the poison. Like so. Which is also a problem, because now that I think about it, this just creates fire. Which should go out because it's bloody raining as fuck. Nice. Okay, let's take one shot. Okay, you in my way. You in my way. Boom. I'm assuming somebody died up here. I can't see anything. Oh, there they are. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. No, I can actually put it up there. Apparently. Now we need another one. I'm going to do this. You cannot stop me, game. You can try to stop me. I'm very much, however, willing to go the whole way. Especially if loot is potentially involved. Captain! You had a blinding radiance scroll. Oh, great. Can I use the wheel? Yay! Can indeed use the wheel. No, I'm gonna take all your stuff. Then I'm going to go down here and make myself scarce. Or so the plan goes, at least. Well, there seem to be a few lifeboats. Well, okay.
Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Ah, well, shit, I'm not that much of a... I mean, the vamp are kinda unfriendly to me. Yeah, I mean, she's right, though. I can't just abandon everybody else. I mean, I don't have many friends, you know, at this point in time. Shut up, kid. I'm already regretting my decision.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
Yeah, I believe that. I freaking hell, I'm too nice for my own good. Piece of shit. Try to good of those people are not... Yeah, no, I'm not going to have that magister. Hell no. Not that much. Oh, great.
Wait! Void Vulcan!
Get him!
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
The ship is sinking, my friend. You can't even turn this around in any way, shape, or form. Ship is going down!
I thought Void Vulcan was supposed to be scary.
I mean, they look kinda ugly.
Let the games begin.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm getting more XP out of doing this heroic stuff than, you know, not doing it. Nice. That was a pretty good move. Or so you say. I'd say I have. The ship is sinking, there's a bloody freaking tentacled hentai monstrosity on the ship, and it is quite literally raping the ship so hard it's breaking apart. Yeah. I'd say no, I haven't seen much worse. Not on my day, at least. Blinding Radiance, yay! I'm sure at some point in the very distant future we'll get ourselves another turn. Ouch. Why do you get your turn before me? You asshole. Flash sacrifice. Did she just... let's not think about here. Let's not think too much about your unbelievable ability to move unbelievably fast. There, and then. And it's that, you know. It's very much on the,
It's Magister Siwan, the one who put on this damn collar. Sounds like she needs help.
Is that so? Well, I might be nice, but I'm not that freaking nice. Ouch. Yep. Really, son of a... I kind of feel abandoned, don't I?
I have plans for you, child.
Well, great. Yes, I could escape this nonsense just by sitting down.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy.
Yeah, I remember.
Some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead.
Nice, now can start a new life as a farmer, a potato farmer.
Eternity. High Judge Oriven.
Phew, with that out of the way, time for a new life. I'm sure whoever pulled me out of the water there is totally okay with that. He's not going to complain about me deciding to, you know, that it might be a good idea to take a relaxed...
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship.
You don't say. I was there, actually.
Lone survivor. It seems something wanted me alive.
I remember, I was there. Looks like little Tommy Terror lost his apple knife. Dum dum dum. One-handed axe. Do I have a shield? Oh, I guess now I'm somewhat equipped. I guess that would going a bit far. Can I actually eat you? Disease. Yeah, okay. Eating raw meat is probably not a wise idea. There's a shell. -1 constitution. Potato. Yeah, eat a potato. Actually, try out everything you have in your inventory so we can actually find out what it does. Well, I'm smelly. Great start. I can already imagine. Yeah, that's not good for my vitality. Let's see. You are worth something. The quill is worth pretty much nothing. The chips is worth nothing. Short stick. I mean, a sheet of paper is worth something. So fresh you can suck something out of it. Where is my shell? Plumage. Oh, feeling somewhat healed. Now then, actually, before we continue, where are my options? Audio. Master is where it's supposed to be. Let's make voices. Cinematics higher. Well, I'm smelling of garlic. Whisper wood. That's the sort of thing I mean. There's always something around, and you're kind of ending up just, you know, looking at stuff.
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King. This statue must be 1,000 years old. Wonder how much longer it'll last.
Well, I'm sure somebody in the past was standing in front of just this statue going like, man, this thing must be 100 years old. Wonder how long it will last.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Well, great. Do we have money? I don't. Oh, you can trust me.
Why?
I'm a human.
I guess. Well, the people who put me here are human, and the people who took my parents. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
Well, do I look like one?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong or crazy.
Well, why the frick are you out here?
Cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nice
Your parents know where you are?
They're gone now.
Well,
the
shit.
Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured, and maybe they're waiting for me back at home.
Well, not really safe here.
Die?
Yes. You should still go somewhere safer.
Anywhere safer. You'll see.
So, why don't you
Yes,
scared?
I am, but it's just normal to be scared. No.
Well, this conversation is not getting me anywhere. That's probably not a good idea to answer with outright murder. I suppose. No, I need to remember where stuff is on this bloody freaking island. Which... Quite frankly, I don't. Always a good beginning when you can't even remember shit. But I mean, I have the general list. I know that some of the other survivors are on the beach.
Voidwoken! Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn,
which is why we're
Headed to shore.
going to attack them. Well, bam. You can talk? That's fucking scary, I will admit. A mosquito swarm. You eat. Not nearly enough to stop me. Murdergate. Murdergate. I have a shield, bitch. Actually, I could shield up. What? Restore my armor. I mean, I could. Bam. Do I want to react? Yes, attack. I'm standing bare feet in a pool of blood. Oh shit. Ouch. Ouch.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Well. In this case, they failed miserably, didn't they? Now let us pick up something under your dead body.
And eaten by a void woken. I wonder in which order.
But a batch crawl, you can cast spells you haven't yet learned. Dum. Nice. Bloodsacker. That is one ability I find very much pleasing, although it, you know, kinda makes me look like an edgy vampire. Comes with a few advantages, I'd say. Shells. I mean, they are worth pretty much nothing, so why the fuck would I even bother picking up more of them? What the fuck? Yeah, sure, this is going to be okay. Well, more water. Oh, I'm feeling wet. Well, will you look at that? Look who I found.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be...
Indeed.
Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep.
Yes, I know, the tentacles of the Hentai. They are very much deadly. Ah, very much so. I have Baboon the Big with you.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
Oh, I'm so afraid.
Yes, I imagine you do. You're made of sterner stuff than I first gave you credit for.
You'll believe me. I'm so fucking stern I murdered some people on that ship.
Chances are I wouldn't have survived the shipwreck. Had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that
You bitch, you owe me. Money, quite literally.
You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Well, you do owe me a bit more than just gratitude.
Gratitude is worth a great deal, if only you'd realize it. But of course you don't, so we'll leave it at that. Now then, if there's nothing further...
Well, what the fuck are you doing? We're standing on a bloody rock.
I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
Yeah, that serve a purpose.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Well, I see a crack-infested wasteland you never want to go near again.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
Nice, we're getting all sentimental here.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire.
That is impressive. There's not much of an empire in the bloody waves.
I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise.
Oh, what do you mean by lost? exactly?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Yeah, but how am I supposed to bloody know that? You know, stop assuming and tell me a fucking story.
Having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
I mean, I can suddenly be like, of course, it would blue blood knows the Red Prince. Wink, wink.
The very same. I am the Red Prince,
Mm-hmm.
the all-conqueror, the world-tamer, the spouse of the sun.
Fascinating, impressive.
Of course you know me.
Sure.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment.
You don't say. You don't say.
Sure, that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
I do have some things to do, you know. Wanna come along?
This and that. Tag along. Do you really mean to compare the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fit?
Be surprised, my friend.
On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship after all.
Yeah. Let's not talk about this certain magister, though.
Fine, I accept.
Very well.
On one condition.
Well, shit.
For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
Well, sure, I can promise you much.
Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying.
I would assume this much, yes.
As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
What say I indeed? Well, stay true to your vocation.
Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings.
Oh, how good for me.
Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it and pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Jesus fucking Christ. You are quite literally not worth it. It took a lot out of me. Especially on the aspect of my patience. Oh boy.
A black cat. Hello, kitty.
Hello, kitty.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
Nice.
Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
Oh, hello, Trace.
Hey, lady. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh?
You're making a good point there. The view has become indeed nicer.
I'm glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
Oh, hello.
Ooh, that's a pretty one.
I mean, to be fair, the child is, technically speaking, on the right place. Mind and stuff. Trying to make a point that she's raised well. But on the other hand, because of that, I now have to deal with this nonsense. Ooh, I remember that. That's an execution happening up there, and personally, you can also avoid that. come back later and murder everybody involved. Wanna make you feel a lot better about yourself, mind you. And we are going to avoid that, like the plague it is. Instead, wander route. Because if memory serves... What? You spotted something? Oh, there.
I need to dig here.
Great, we don't have a shovel now, do we? Oh, shit. Rup. Pick stuff up. I also remember the first one. That was where you were an actual Inquisitor, eh? Never finished that one too, now that I think about it. These games are entertaining. They are. Truly, they are. Just not maybe entertaining enough to keep going forever. Usually once you're finished with Fort Troy, my interest kinda, you know, wanes. Do you have equipment that is actually worth shit? You do not have equipment that is actually worth shit. Yeah, take a few pants. My endless companion. Life on a stick and a makeshift. Well, it looks like a passageway. Yeah, let me lead, please. I don't trust you.
I wonder where this leads.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton.
Hello,
that you met
skeleton.
on the boat before it sank. He's still not wearing his mask.
Well.
He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor? No! Stay back! Don't... Oh. It's you.
Yeah, it's just me, don't worry.
I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
Well, no, but you know, the gods' personally involvement in my destiny. So, why exactly you here?
It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her credit for.
Surprisingly, isn't it?
I chased her here, but she rather seems to have given me the slip. Thus...
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
Well, anything valuable there?
Oh, yes. An exceptionally common, but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face.
Well.
A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull.
Well, surprise
I
there.
would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Well, we really need that.
Because my own was stolen from me. And the idea of being chased across Rivellon by every idiot with a torch does not appeal.
Not? Sounds fun.
Oh, get away! Monster! Hide the children! Oh, you are simple beasts. And you simply do not like my... Well, not my kind, but those that look like me. So, if I am to traverse this land,
Well, that's a good
I will
point.
need a mask to disguise my features.
So what do you mean by not
Simply
your
put,
skin?
I am an Eternal, and you are not. You have my sympathies.
Well, great.
Indeed,
Thank you.
no one seems to have the good taste to be. My people are rather absent.
So much for the eternal part, eh?
At least from this realm. As for the others, well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers.
So about that cult you are.
A cult? Hardly. We were a race that existed before the idea of race was needed. We were all one. I could ask you to imagine an Eternal as a creature of incredible intelligence and skill, but I fear the limits of your imagination would not do us justice.
Ah, your arrogance speaks a lot for your people.
Of the universe. We created works of
You disappeared.
I will find them. Wherever they are, I will find them.
So where the frick are you here?
Well,
They vanished.
Seems relevant. But if you must know, I was inconvenienced for a time. Several centuries, in fact. Or perhaps millennia. One tends to lose track.
Yeah, indeed.
I was sealed in a tomb for daring to be curious about the world. It seems our king did not agree that the universe should be explored to its full potential.
Well, maybe he had a good reason for that, you know? I'm just
Perhaps
gonna...
I should thank him. It seems I was spared whatever happened to the others. I wonder if flowers would be appropriate.
So, where do you think people? Hey, as a realm? What do you mean?
Well, that is the curious thing. They are clearly absent from this world, and yet they are everywhere. Every one of your races resembles them in some manner, and the statues you have built to your gods look remarkably familiar. Perhaps my people have ascended to some new realm, or perhaps your gods are merely a folk memory.
Interesting.
Regardless, they are not here, but I will find them.
Oh, would you then like to travel with me?
I suppose, circumstances being what you seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in, well, all things.
Interesting.
Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality, but being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So
Well, since we have 2 fighters already,
for this enterprise.
a wizard suits me
I could do
perfectly.
that with one hand behind my spine. Now, shall we get on? Splendid. Very well.
Let us be off then. Let us be off indeed. Veiled and dead. Due to closing the well, your undead nature is hidden from those around you. Well, that's good, isn't it? I can see blood and I can see a dead elf. Now, when I see a dead elf, I'm personally feeling rather well about myself. Yeah, I can see a chest. Yeah, kind of figured we couldn't get that far. Now then, this looks like poisonous ground. It does. Of course. Him being an undead means he doesn't care about poison.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find a small human child holding her knees and trembling.
Well, what's wrong?
The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at
That's
you
very
with
impressive.
curious
I'm a
eyes.
poisoned skeleton. So, why are you crying?
There are monsters here. Lizard ones and real ones. It's really scary.
So, why are you scared of freaking lizards?
Master was a lizard. She sent us here. Me, Ma and Pa. She was not a nice lady. Lizards aren't nice ladies.
Interesting.
It's their fault I'll never see Ma and Pa again.
Well, I miss my parents too.
Parents are the best. They take care of you and make sure nothing can hurt.
Her eyes lock with yours for a moment. She placed...
Well, yeah. Organist. Now then, I remember now that if I want to make use of him, I would actually have to... remember how to actually use a mage.
Go! Get out! You are not welcome here! Go, man-pig!
Call me manpig one more time.
This is my mistake. You are no pig. I am no bull. Please, just leave us.
Then, since we can explore a bit more up here, why don't we... do this? Well, this should technically take care of the poison. As long as we don't create any new poison, that is. Then everybody can come up and feel very much good about themselves. I mean, everyone apart from those creatures that have for some reason decided that following us would be a good idea. Whisperwood. Now this down here looks like a bloody fucking ambush or something. Don't tell me I'm insane. Even the game is saving.
What's happening to these turtles? They're transforming.
They indeed. I did not even remember that. Yeah, the enemy characters around you on fire. Okay. Hit edge. Okay. Creates an old surface wetlands. Boom. Impalement. That doesn't sound good. At all, to put it mildly. Also, that's oil, isn't it? Yeah, no, probably not a good idea to do that while you're standing in bloody fire. Turtle kiss. Oh, then it's my turn. I'm going to punch you in the face. Then I'm going to ram my way over there. Why the frick are you running forwards, though? I would very much like to know why. So that thing has quite the range on itself, I will give it that much. Transplace. No, that's not. Ouch. Ouch. Luckily enough, I can at least heal myself a little bit. Interesting. Ah, yes. I remember now how that spell works. Good to remember. Oh, let us wait until everything is burned down.
Too much seawater by the looks of him.
Foolish to attempt an escape by sea in these waters.
It is indeed rather foolish, I would say. They most likely would not have chosen this bloody island to build their freaking fort. If you could just, you know, swim away from it that easily.
I found something. I need a shovel.
Did, but you don't have a shovel, idiot. If anyone would have a bloody shovel, that would be something I would be very much pleased with. Why does a lady need to go to find a bloody shovel these days? Well, if I continue doing this, we are going to be here for bloody forever. We need a thief. We have a mage, we have to fight us. Well, so far I have a pretty solid team. But a thief would be useful indeed. I haven't really looked up here if you have anything up here, but maybe we can trade.
Go, get out! You are not welcome here. Go, she-pig!
Changed your tone there, didn't you? Bloody bitch.
You do nothing wrong. Please.
I'll be on my way, don't you worry. I will be back though. You know why? Because there's...
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find a small...
Well then, nothing to do up here, I suppose. Yeah. What did you say? I'm kind of missing somebody. I don't think we have anything really better here. Yay! Some mittens. And actually some leather armor. I'm feeling somewhat better about myself. Take some armor. Feel reasonably good about yourself. I don't very much to say, but I don't really have much else for you to offer. And on we go. On a little adventure, exploring the world. Which I can already tell you, I have never seen the world has to offer on this side of the map. Which means we shall now look for a way to sneakily get ourselves in here, using this nice little ladder here.
Please.
Your Godwoken has asked you a question. Answer him.
Need I repeat myself?
But I know nothing of any Verdus.
Well, I don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares at all.
You there? I'm looking for an inmate. He wears a large bronze ring with a dragon stamped into it. Name of Migo. Have you seen him?
Can't say
None of your business, inmate. Find me if you hear of a Migo.
A bit of a bitch, aren't ya? I don't really know how to motivate people to not wanting to do your work.
Greetings, child. I find myself in your so-called divine lands, yet I feel his absence deep in my heart all the same.
That's fascinating. He said no more lands than his.
You may feel like an inmate here, but you and your captors are the same stuff, in race and customs, if not heart. You'll see what a difference that can make.
I don't know much about that, but we'll see.
Looky here, mates. A fresh face.
Indeed.
We love fresh faces, don't we? Oh, yes, we do. Why don't you join us in a round of cards? No problem, Freshie. In that case, enjoy your stay. But I'll be needing to collect your interment fee first.
Well, so, you know, how
I'm
much?
sure the Reds told you. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Empty your pockets.
Well, let's spit in his face.
With pleasure.
Yeah, I will have pleasure. Like you won't believe, I will have a lot of pleasure. Now, the Red Prince. And How much? If I move 2, I should be able to do that still.
Glory is mine.
Shut up. Yeah. And we're taking the long way around, because why apparently not. Immune to bleeding. Yeah, he's a freaking skeleton. I highly doubt you'll be able to make him you sure you're not going to make him, of all things, bleed? Yet I find highly doubtful. Ouch. Boop, boop. Oh, you have nothing left to hit him in the face with. Eh?
I'm ready.
Oh, well, I guess that works. I really should be careful how we fucking use that in the future. As I'm sorry to say, but I need that health. Ouch. Ouch. That hurts. That really hurts. Well, he's trying to move away. And he regrets that decision already. Technically speaking, I regret my decisions too. Jesus Christ, this hurts like freaking hell. Cheap bird to death. Can you actually revive? I don't think you can revive her. Bottle top. I don't know, he's immune to bleeding. Do we have some? I mean, Red Prince does have a resurrection. Everybody seems to have a resurrection. And we're back alive. It did cost me a bit more than I had hoped for. I was not really prepared to take that as much as I had hoped I would be. Oh well. Well, at least we got some stuff, which is, well, dandy. Let's ignore the almost getting murdered part of the story.
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Is that so?
Don't touch me. You're too close.
This
collar, this place, it's squeezing the life from
Well
me.
then squeeze back.
I can't. How is it possible? 1 minute you're in the garden in the sun, then
Her hands move again to her throat. She seems to try to make space between her neck and the collar, but there's no space to be made.
You know, if they could make this, you know.
it's too tight.
Nah, that's the problem. It's not too tight. Fits perfectly around your neck.
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
Ah, yeah, face reality.
Darling, I'm not mad.
Where is
Sweetheart,
he?
please, please, you must help me.
I
No
must.
one here will help me. Not one of these bastards. A child is missing. My baby.
Well, when
She was here.
last
I only turned
time,
away
apparently.
I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. And no one in this damn camp will lift a finger to help me find
Can
her.
I look at that doll?
Yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her, give her the doll and tell her, Mummy,
She soaks up a steady
she ought to come with you then. She ought to follow you back to me.
Well, why is no one else helping
This
you?
place turns people cold and wicked. That fellow Jeth over there speaks unutterable evil, but I can't move.
Sure.
You are an angel.
A fella can't hear himself think with all this racket. Day and night she hollers after that child.
Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah,
try to use her.
Farah. You got to cut that out. What's happened to ya?
Well, they do have some history.
Known her all my life. Her little girl Irma too. Farah was a straight shooting woman in those days, but now she's madder and a cuckoo and twice as loud.
Well, why do you think she's mad?
What else do you call hollering after a ghost? That child of hers she's shouting after has been dead and buried a month over. Killed by a void woken back in our home village. And there ain't no amount of hollering that'll bring her back.
That's a good point he's making there. Though, technically speaking, I do have a resurrection spell, so, you know, technically speaking, we could have potentially done something about that. I mean, I think we're just a bit late to do this, but technically speaking, in this world, it's not impossible.
You there? You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone?
Why, yes, I'm a noble, don't you see?
The man scowls at you.
I thought I might see if you wanted to get out of this place. Though maybe I ought to ask someone who isn't a prissy fop.
Tell me.
I have a plan. A good one. But I need a partner.
Well, bit nervous, my fella.
You would be too if you'd been here as long as I have. In fact, you should be nervous if you're here at all. I know what they have planned for us, and it ain't pretty.
Well then, what are you planning?
Long time. Longer than anyone else. People get taken sometimes. Some folks say they get cured.
Sure.
I have a way out of here. It won't be easy. Are you interested?
So,
Believe
why
whatever
are you...
want. This may be your only chance at leaving this place. Take it or don't.
Sure, tell me.
Who wouldn't? The plan's simple, completely foolproof. I have a spell that I can use to teleport you right out. Here. There's an artifact that you can use to teleport me out of this place. Then I can use my spell to free you in turn. This item, though, it's in quite an
So you want me to do all that, like, okay?
You think I'm being lazy? No, this is sheer pragmatism. You see, I need someone who can handle themselves in a scrap. The item's within a crocodilian nest on a beach nearby.
Crocodilians, you say? How
Not
many?
enough to trouble a fine specimen such as yourself. Get that artifact, and you and I are as good as free. Go give those lizards... Pardon? What for?
Well, great. I mean, to be fair, you know, if it's my way out. Well, and it was at this point in time that I was like, well, there's a lot to do here.
Finn's brow knits together, then apart and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts and doesn't look up as you approach.
Seized by a destructive spirit, you stomp on his foot.
What? Did you see someone stand on my foot just now?
Perhaps I only imagined it.
Well, express your surprise that he does not recognize you, because I'm Red Prince Boy.
Recognize you? Of course I recognize you. You're the Red Prince. That's about as obvious as a very obvious thing. Your point?
You ask him why, if you recognize you, he did not say anything.
What would you like me to say? I know you're the Red Prince. You know you're the Red Prince. Why should we discuss it?
Give up. That's what's on his mind.
What else, kin? I'm wondering why. All of this. Source, the Voidwoken, the Divine. Why?
Well, yeah, everything shall be alright. Sure.
Where's that then? The egg? We'll go back to the egg.
Yeah, sure. I asked myself that question many times.
How could one not? We've used Source for thousands of years. We have used it to heal, to grow. How can it be that it suddenly summons these horrors from the void? And when will Alexander ascend to divinity? We cannot continue.
Cannot, shan't not, will not.
Will Source change back?
What if there are no easy now, old chap?
But who knows?
It isn't my fault she's dead. Yet so quickly.
We find Source so dangerous.
What in his
I don't know the ancient empire that is. Got nothing spicy enough to keep my mind off this place for a few bars. Blimey, must be real fun parties you throw back home. Slave folk.
Nope. Made his point pretty damn clear.
Come on, chap. Don't be unreasonable. Better even to puke yourself to death than get purged, don't you think? You should be happy for greed.
What did you say?
That's what happened, isn't it?
Why does this look like a conflict in the making?
Bleeding snake.
Please, excuse us.
You're talking to me, not her, Sam.
Oh, for the love of Lucian, Balladeer. You're acting like a madman.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on.
This looks definitely very interesting.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds get to me. If she were my wife, I'd be happy for her.
A flat smile twitches across Balladeer's lips.
She never did like you.
Well, thanks for the free loot.
For a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
No, I probably have done the
He
same.
nods at you and turns back to his handiwork.
I mean, you know, it wasn't the nicest reaction one can have, but then again, people do not necessarily tend to be overly sympathetic.
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead.
Come on, out of it.
Pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich man when you're 6 feet under. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's dance.
Sure.
It's stabbing time.
We were definitely not prepared for this. We shall do something about it and be a bit better prepared.
Bleeding snake.
Actually, let's get this out of the way first.
Say it again. Go on.
Well, a flat.
She never.
Well, thanks again.
The man looks for a moment. He nods at you.
No, is there can I actually rest or something?
I'll be with you soon, love.
Information. Because he's going to die the very moment we go into combat. Get so much as bloody even looked at.
I'll be with you soon, love.
Well then...
I found them that pay. The time's up.
Cream shop.
It's stabbing time.
Is it? That was surprisingly good of you. Not good enough though. Look what's behind you. Bloodsucker is not going to help me much. How much do these cost? 2. Are you telling me? Well, I mean, we did hit him. Ouch. A blade. We did a mouthful.
I'll yield to none.
There's also no reason to yield to anybody. Now then, if we do this, is this going to cause fire? Yes. This is indeed going to cause fire. And this too is probably going to hit everybody, isn't it? Even if I do it like this. Yep. Bit of a problem. Also, he's quite tough, isn't he? Quite a tough little bitch. And he's trying to run away.
I need aid.
Why do you get an attack of opportunity?
I'll yield to none.
Your physical armor is getting a bit annoying. Really how I managed to poison you. That is a good start. Maybe not the best start, but a good start. Now that should possibly go even better still. Or so I had hoped. One can hope, can't they not? You should think about it. Have you load up? You have memory, constitution. Range single-handed two-handed leadership, preserves retribution, attack up, perseverance, magic arm after you recover from frozen stun, leadership. Necromancer 1, Warfare 1. Buttering. Telekinesis. Telekinesis is rather practical, I would say. Phoenix Resurgence, Persuasion.
Them that pay. Time's up.
Now then we knew he would do this. Which is of course going to help us. Actually no, let's save that. He is actually pretty good at avoiding. I'll give him that much. Not bad. Not bad indeed. So I am going to point out, you really do need to make yourself very much shielded. Because that guy, pain in the ass to deal with. Are you really hitting your companions too? You are, aren't you? Well, shit. I don't think there's enough blood around to actually make that reasonable. Yeah. Kinda figured it wouldn't do well. But at least, hey, now he's bleeding too.
Glory is mine.
He's blinded himself. He's not what we like to call a smart cookie. Do you have anything to heal yourself with, my friend? Red pretty boy. No, I'm pretty damn sure he's still around.
I sense something nearby.
He's dying always, isn't he? I cannot for the love of mine do something that does not end with him dying. It is somewhat annoying. I should probably get myself a new teammate or something.
Them that pay, the time's up. It's stabbing time.
Yeah, let's not use that. Let's instead use that. Or provides even while for the fighter cannot be teleported. Rooms being burning exit. Yeah, actually that removes that shit nonsense. Nice. The problem is, if I attack with you, things go unlucky. You actually hit. Mosquito swarm! Swarm the mosquito! Oh, we made him bleed. That's a good beginning, I'd say. So I don't think I've actually exchanged the potions, did I? No, of course I did not. That would be too easy. Kill yourself for once. You bloody idiot. I will admit, he's a tough little cookie. An annoyingly tough little cookie.
I need aid. Damn nuisance these assassins are.
Phew.
It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
Seriously. Seriously. Sometimes games don't like me. I know. He did have a magical dagger though.
Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers
Hmm.
clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body strains with the...
Well, do you need that?
Two of my own, haven't I?
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together before placing...
Doesn't seem to work though.
Bleeding nail must be charmed or something.
Well, next minute.
Go on then, give it a...
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I loosened her up.
Well, sure.
And flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in...
For your trouble.
Well, thank
I
him.
suppose it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap, but I couldn't help myself from trying.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
Well, capsized. You building some
He
vessel?
gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust you.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment.
Well, if you're getting out, you
Why
won't
don't we
in.
make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you.
Oh, sure.
That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast.
Wow. This is the dwarf who rebelled against his queen. What cheek!
Cheek, hand and bottom too. Let Queen Justinia plant a big old smooch on all three.
So, what did you do to earn that name?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay.
Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as the us. Let's get down to brass tacks. Fighting, I mean. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. But there's not so important as team dynamics. So what'll it be?
Sure.
Then it's settled. Capital. Well, that's that sorted. Onward then.
Well, I've got myself a battle mage. Not really what I was looking for though. What I was, however, looking for was a thief. Useless. When even a game tells you it's useless. I can see some crocodingly wongolies in my future. Like right there. Ouch. Hello there, beach boy. I can go fast if I need to. I can go very fast if I need to. Those two very nice options. Nice. Scale portation, bloody cheater. Also, red pants. Is your health? Your health is still fucked, isn't it? Nice. Double knockdown. Oh, I'll take some of your health then. Thank you very much. Can I take you? I can. Sure.
I need aid.
You don't say. Don't you have poison? I mean, you should have. So what's doing a petrifying touch? Turn to stone. Then we have shopping touch. And that was basically all you can do.
I'm fading.
I believe it, yes. You are fading. Jesus, those creatures are fucking brutal, aren't they? If given half a choice. Well, that was good, but we are losing health like a bitch when we're dealing with those creatures. There's actually not enough damage to actually fully deal with them.
I'm ready.
It's still shocked. Good. And I'm not yet bleeding. I'm over bleeding very soonish if this continues. Luckily, I'm a bloodsucker. It literally a sucker for blood. Man, that was not much.
I'm fading.
I saw you claim. Overly often. I should definitely have spent more time. Oh bloody hell. Getting at least some basic equipment going before this. I should have done so. It happens when you... I'm a bit impatient. I will admit. Alas, this shall be it then for the moment. After we return at some later date. Mayhaps, perchance. We shall see. With this, however, I shall bid you adieu. Have a good one and all that, and I shall be back. Tomorrow, actually. And probably a bit of a different than usual format, but oh well, we shall see, we shall see.